24 years ago, there was a young man named Harry Fox. Does everybody remember him? Or they probably were too young to remember, huh? Is anybody here 24 years old? But you heard of him, right? Okay, 24 years ago, a young man named Harry Fox wanted to walk across Canada, and he had a dream. His dream was to inspire every Canadian to donate $1 to cancer, so that one day a cure could be found for cancer to help save so many people that were suffering. On January 8, 2004, Kristopher Knowles had a dream. His dream is to walk across Canada and inspire every Canadian to become an organ donor so that he can help save the nearly 4,000 Canadians that are presently on the waiting list. With everybody's help here, we can make Kristopher's wish a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, George. One of the things that George did mention, I've been reading some of their website. Oh, by the way, I should mention that there's a number of posters along the wall here. If anybody's interested in following along the progress of Kristopher as they travel across the country, there is a website. It's called Kristopher's Wish, one word. Kristopher with a K, and the actual website is on all of these posters, and so if you want to check it out, by all means do so. One of the things that I found out when I was going through the website is that George himself is a liver transplant survivor. He has undergone that whole process, okay, of finding out that he had liver problems and having to go through the waiting period, and then fortunately was able to have a liver transplant, a successful liver transplant that we had. At this point, I'd like to introduce Stephen Faulkner. He's going to say a couple of words about Kristopher and introduce Kristopher to us. Stephen?
Hi, I'm here today to introduce 13-year-old Kristopher Knowles. Chris is waiting for liver transplant and has a wish. Chris's wish is to trek across Canada to help every man, woman, and child that is on the waiting list for an organ transplant. This young teenager is very courageous and determined. He has been visiting schools across Canada and will continue to do so until he gets the recognition he needs and deserves for organ donation. For not only himself, but also for those who need transplants. Thanks, Chris.
Hi, my name is Kristopher Knowles. I am 13 years old. I've been waiting for liver my whole life. The disease that caused me needing a liver is called Biliary Atresia. It is a common disease among infants. Most infants die shortly after birth. So far, I've been fortunate enough to still be alive. I've been in and out of the hospital most of my life. I've had over 20 operations that saved my life. I'm doing this walk to bring awareness to the shortage of organ and tissue needed. I'm walking across Canada to save the 4,000 men, women, and children that are in need of an organ. I'm trying to inspire everybody to be an organ donor. Tell your friends and family that you want to be a donor. Please don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them here. Alone I can't do this, but together we can. Please make my wish come true. Thank you. And I'd like to thank the town of Espanola and Espanola High School for their support.
Okay, don't go too far. Come back up here, Chris. Now, this is the best part of the whole day for Chris. We call it up and close and personal with Chris. Yes, back up. Now, what we're going to encourage you to do is to get students to ask questions. Remember, there's no dumb questions, and that includes both boys and girls, including the girls. I'm sure some girls have some questions. So who's going to be the first brave soul to ask a question? Let's see a hand go up. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Most liver diseases aren't doesn't get passed on. What I would suggest is to make sure that you're following up with your doctor to make sure. Chris found out that he had liver disease after about 6 months. He's got a liver disease that's very common after 6 months. So, you know, he had that. What I would encourage is to follow up with your doctor. Yep.
I know your campaign is to raise awareness, but are you accepting donations of any sort, and who would we be sending the donation to?
Good question. Yes, our main focus is awareness. We want to make that clear. We're trying to, as we said earlier, we're trying to inspire every Canadian from coast to coast. That's why we're visiting 200 cities. We have a lot of expenses on the road. And, you know, if we don't get these expenses met, there could be a chance that we can't continue on. So we're asking for donations only to meet those expenses. If we do get an overwhelming amount of money that comes in and it goes over and beyond our expenses, we're going to make our donations for that money to go to both London and Toronto St. Kitts transplant units. Then they need it also. Now, we have a toll-free number, 1-866-992-3645.
Is that on the poster?
Yes.
Yes. Next question? Got one up there.
Does Chris know how far down the waiting list you are, Chris? You know where you are on that list?
I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, my doctor walked with me in St. Thomas, and he said that the kid that was first on the list, he got his liver 5 weeks ago, but it was 3 weeks ago at the time. And he said that I was first on the list now, but I have to be in the hospital to get my liver. Like, I have to be sick in the hospital, because there's other people in the hospital that are sicker than I am that will get it before I do. And if there's no one in the